Good afternoon. Welcome to this glorious, beautiful day. We are here for the Northwest Access TV Media Barn groundbreaking ceremony. We have quite a few board members here today. My name is Shevy from Stewart Construction. I'm the project manager on this project. We also have our executive director from Northwest Access. A bunch of people will want to say a few things. A little bit of history about the project, all the exciting activities going on. So at this time, I would like to turn it over to Rick Tatro, who is on the board at Northwest Access TV. Rick?
Thank you, folks, and I am going to attempt to be brief. At the annual meeting, I had a couple of board members kind of hint I was rather verbose. So before I get rolling, I just want to thank everyone for being here. Our architectural firm, Weeman Lamphere, the construction crew from Stewart's Construction. I am just so pleased to be here. I've always said that Franklin Park West was the best kept secret in Franklin County. I mean, just look around and see what we have here. And I've mentioned a number of times before, with the new ownership of this acreage of Patrick Malone, we're definitely on the ground floor here, and I just can see this place expanding down the road. But for more of a personal matter, what I'm really excited about is with this new facility, we're finally out of the shoebox, and it will help with the efficiencies of our employees, but more importantly, being in the north part of the town like this, and this is the shopping mecca of Franklin County, the north part of town here, and it will be continued expansion this neck of the woods. Is this will be extremely efficient for people coming up here. And again, as I mentioned at the annual meeting, there's no more ringing the doorbell at 7 o'clock at night and waiting for a guy like Zach when it's 20 below zero to come and open the door up after about an 8-minute wait and getting us in the door. We will be able to walk right in. But again, it's just every time I've come up here, and I'm up here probably 3 times a week just checking things out. This is such a beautiful spot, a 3/4 acre lot. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank Becky from the People's Trust that had faith in us, that we're competent enough, smart enough to do this project and maintain the financial integrity of this business. So we celebrated 15 years a couple weeks ago at our annual meeting, and I look very forward to the next 15 years. And also, I would be remiss on the board. I thank them for their support during this whole process. It was a long process, and my fellow committee members, Exec Director Elizabeth Malone and President David McWilliams, the time, the effort into this project. The old saying, all good things are worth waiting for. Well, I believe that, and things are going well. God has blessed us with unbelievable weather for the first 3 weeks. We're actually 1 week ahead of schedule, and there's no doubt that we will be ready to walk in March. So that's it. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you this spring.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out today, because this is quite an event. When we started 18 years ago, and we started with just a small bunch of employees, maybe 1 full-time employee, and the board of director was only 3. We've now come to the point where we have 9 board of directors. They've been awful helpful in getting this thing going. They put a lot of meetings in, times of commitment to doing this. The employees, I want to thank them for putting up with the cramped spaces, because of the fact that it is cramped up there. The board members, I can't say enough about them. I also want to thank the retired board members, Greg Gervais, who cannot be here today, Lori Barney, who was also on the board. I also want to thank members of the past, Paul Legacy and Stan Beauregard. I talked to Larry Dugan yesterday, and he cannot be here, and he gives us the best regards. And I can't say enough about the People's Trust Bank for what they've done. You know, when we first started out, we didn't go to the People's Trust at first, and then all of a sudden I decided I'm going to go to the People's Trust Bank. And the People's Trust Bank, I sat down with Becky, and by the end of that week, we were ready to sit down and start negotiating our interest rate and how many years. So I really want to thank them very much. I also want to thank Wyman and Lamprey for their time, Sam Ruziano, Tim Hulbert, our attorney. I want to thank Stewart's Construction for putting up with us because, there's always been changes that we've made, so I'm thankful to them. I want to thank the town manager, Carrie Johnson, who also is, helped us get our permits from the town, along with Becky, our zoning administrator. I also want to thank the city of St. Albans because, I sent Elizabeth and Rick to get our water and sewer permits because if I went there, I probably wouldn't get them. But they went in there and they had it okayed within 5 minutes after they got before the board. And last of all, I just want to thank everybody who's here from city and town that came here to believe in us. I know we've tried to look at leased property and stuff like that, but in the long run, this is our future site. And thank you very much, and I appreciate all the time that all these board members and all the people that have come to our meeting. I'll turn it over to Elizabeth now.
I'm someone who does not believe things until I see them. And quite honestly, after 5 years of filling out forms and writing grant applications and sending out emails, reviewing RFPs and other letters and different orders, for a lot of those years, I did not think this day would come. So to be standing here on this ground that's about to officially be broken and to see the work already done, to see the vehicles here and to see all the talented professionals that made this happen is just an amazing moment, and I thank you all so much. And following in suit of Rick and David, I want to name a few of you in thanks. First to the two committee members who started this process 5 years ago. That would be Rick Tatro and David McWilliams. Thank you both for your perseverance. And extending that to the board, who really didn't give up on their vision despite all the obstacles through these years. So thank you all for your support. Also to the amazing staff members that we have, Paul and Zach, who have just been unwavering in their work while I've been preoccupied doing lots of other things. I appreciate that. And also to Sarah West, who did some amazing proofreading on all of this writing I had to do. Along the way, I was very fortunate to have some wise and generous advisors. Tim Smith at FCIDC, Tyson Moulton at Northwest Medical Center, and Mike Curtis from Union Bank. Thank you very much. A very special thanks goes to Becky Stebbins from People's Trust Company for believing in us, for her creativity and her community spirit that made this project possible. Thank you. So this vision, this idea of having a new facility was really brought to life by Weeman Lamphere. So thank you to Tim and David and Allison and Michael. It's amazing. It's amazing to have gotten this far. There's still more work to be done, and for that work we thank Link Prescott, who is our clerk of the works and has been so steady and such a wonderful, just whenever I am confused, which is just about every day, about 5 times, I just pick up the phone and Link always has an answer, so I appreciate that. And finally to Stewart Construction for bringing this vision to life. Chevy, Achila, Aaron, Lance, and Mike, thank you all for your work.